just wanted to get on and show you guys what we're getting Daisy for her birthday. Not all of this is from us actually, so I'll go ahead and do what we're getting her and leave the one thing out that is not from us. And yeah, I started buying some of this stuff up to a year and a half ago. It was just kind of what I had in mind, and just got it when I could, and so it was money spent over a really long time, and there's still probably like 3 or 4 things that are saved for Christmas this year. So that's kind of the way I do my shopping. I try not to buy all at once. I try and spread it out, but I keep a list so that I don't buy stuff I don't really want. So the first thing is some IKEA felt play food for her kitchen. I have a little breakfast set and a little basket of veggies. I know she's really going to like that. The next thing I got probably a year and a half ago, along with all of her first birthday presents. I bought this and I knew I was saving it for her second birthday. And it is a beginner's pattern blocks set. So I think she's really going to enjoy that. She loves puzzles, and so she'll be able to put the pieces in there, and we can talk about the shapes and all of that. And then this I got because she's super into Play-Doh, but she has Play-Doh, but she doesn't have any tools to go with it. And so I got her a Melissa and Doug Play-Doh set, and it's got 3 different rollers, some stamping blocks, like a pizza cutter type thing, and then 4 different colored doughs that come with it, and they each have an imprint on their lid that can be used as well. And this I got at the consignment store, and it is like a little doll, those like paper dolls, but instead these are wooden, and they're little dancers, ballerinas, and then it has different outfits and things that you can magnetically stick onto them. So I really think she's going to like that. This I got back with that original order when she was like 6 months old for Christmas, and I put it away. And it says 3 and up, but I'm thinking that she'll really like it now. It's got farm animals and numbers, and there's something like this at a local children's museum that she really likes. It's like ants in a little ant farm, but she likes to try and move them around with a magnetic pen. So that, and I thought it would be a really good like airplane toy. So I'll give it to her and she can play with it, but then I might put it away for airplane trips or things like that, because it's thin and it's lightweight and it's not that noisy. And let's see. Oh, the last thing I got was some realistic food lacing beads. And this is, it's by Learning Resources. It's Trail Mix and Match. And I thought she would really get a kick out of the, like the real looking foods, and be able to lace those, and just something different. Most of her lacing beads are, actually all of them, are just like wooden blocks. They're fairly simple, and so I thought she might really like that. So that is it for like the small little gifts. It was not that much money. I think in total, with everything, I spent about 30, maybe 45. I'll guess 45, 50, just to kind of round it up. Most of it I got on sale online whenever there were sales. So her big gift, which I consider to be more of an investment, especially since we're pregnant and we have another one on the way, is a balance bike. And I'm going to move back a little bit so I can show you. I spent a lot of time researching balance bikes. I was going to go with the Stride Right, or not Stride Right, the I'll put a link below because I can't remember the name of the other one I was going to go with. But I prefer to not get a metal frame just because I don't want to have to deal with rust. This is something that I intend for multiple children to use, and so I really wanted something that would hold up over time. I didn't want something that would have feet bars for them to stick their feet up on because they're not necessary, and I didn't want it to be something that they would lose their focus with. I wanted it to be just the bike, and I was also looking for something with recessed bolts that wouldn't scratch them, a very lightweight frame, and a frame that could go to a shorter height than most. So it was between two, and I'll list the links of both of them below, but I chose to go with First Bike. And so I'll show it to you guys. Here it is, and it's on its lowest setting right now, but I don't have the lowering kit on, which I did get with it, and the lowering kit allows it to go even lower. So I'm going to put that on and then just adjust the seat when I give it to her proper height, because I don't believe it'll be low enough right now. I think that she'll end up on her tiptoes right now, and I really want it to be something where she feels fully confident on it. This was not the least expensive balance bike. There are definitely cheap balance bikes out there. I chose to pay more because I really, really liked the brand. I did a lot of research, and I was prepared to get either one, but luckily Zulily had First Bike on their sales site about a week after I did all of this research back in April. And so it kind of made up my mind for me because it was about $50 cheaper on the sales site, but it included the lowering kit, which is normally between $12 and $20, a little bell, which I thought she would like, and a basket for the front, which I also thought she would like. We already have a helmet, so I'm really excited to give it to her. It has, I can show you guys some of the features really quick, although my phone keeps telling me I don't have enough room. It has a handbrake, which I'm sure she won't use right away. It's far enough away from the handlebar that I don't think it's going to get in the way. But the handbrake will be something she'll probably use when she's like 3. It has a locked, or I forget what you call this. It basically has a limiter, that's what you call, so that the steering wheel cannot turn in on itself, which I really like. I personally, having been a bike rider for many, many years, I've experienced situations where my steering wheel is turned in on itself, and I've seen kids on balance bikes have that similar situation, and so I thought the limiter was a great idea. Another feature is the recessed bolts. They're not sticking out, so they can't scratch, which I thought is really great. The brake, by the way, is actually a disc brake, which I think is super cool. I've never owned a bike with a disc brake, so I thought that was neat. The seat is on its lowest setting right now, but it goes up another, let's say, 4 inches, so it can get fairly tall. I think that she'll probably graduate to a big kid bike before she reaches the height limit on this one. And when that happens, this one will go to baby number 2. And I know that it's not going to rust out because the frame is made of a material that will not rust. It's very flexible, flexible enough to where it's you want a little flex in a bike, but it's not flexible enough to break, whereas a wooden bike, I would be concerned with it breaking over time. Metal bike, I'd be concerned with it rusting over time. So because of those things, I chose this bike, and I can link a review that I read and watched, because it was a 2-part thing, to kind of help me make up my mind on the bike. For those of you who might be interested, I'll link that below, along with a link to this bike and the bike that was my runner-up bike, which I cannot for the life of me remember the name of. Whatever. I'll link it below, and you guys can check them both out. They're both really great bikes. They both have amazing ratings, and the height abilities for both of them are phenomenal. So yeah, that is what I'm getting Daisy for her birthday, and I'm sure she'll probably get some other stuff from family and some friends and whatnot, but this was kind of what I had planned to give to her, and what I know she needs or will definitely get the most out of. Thanks for watching, and if you have experience with children and balance bikes, leave them below, because I'd love to hear how your child's first few weeks with the balance bike went. What things that you did to help them feel comfortable on the bike. I know it's going to be a really different sensation for her, and I want to make it as comfortable as possible. And sort of how long did it take your child, at what age your child was when they started the balance bike, how long it took them to kind of feel confident on it, to lift their feet or to sit down and start running with it. All those things, I'd love to hear it. So let me know, and if you have a video on it, even better, I'll link it, or even link it as a video response to this video, and I'd love to see that as well. Thanks for watching, and I will update you guys on the balance bike situation after she gets it. She'll probably get it on her birthday itself, along with all of these presents, and then at her birthday party she can open up any gifts from other people. So I'll definitely make a video of her first attempt at the bike and her reaction and all of that good stuff.